Leo, this is Jess with your June 17, 2019 weekly reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So Leo, it looks like in the past you definitely had, there was a cross to bear, a decision that you just kind of could not make, but you came to a decision. I think we kind of touched on that last week. Your challenge this week is kind of standing in your truth confidently and communicating, whatever your truth is. I do see that some of you are hiding a pregnancy. You've yet to tell someone that you're pregnant or you have a baby on the way. It could be a mother, significant woman. You just may assume that she's not going to take the news well. And you, even though it's not like her, whatever she says hangs in the balance of anything. Like, you know what I mean? You don't need this person for anything. It just, some of you may need the validation, or you may want their acceptance, or you don't want them to be upset with you, even though this is what this is. So kind of holding back on sharing some news about, a pregnancy, and there being a second layer to that, perhaps even getting married to someone. So there's some secrets, even though I don't have secret cards, there's definitely some secrets being kept here about pregnancy and potential marriage to a particular person, kind of dealing with that away. And I get like mother, some of you are hiding that from your mother, even though you're completely full grown. The benefit, well, let's go here. So I do see that some of you are really focusing on work. Like you're really focusing on, it could be work, it could be your own business. It could be, generating a certain amount of money, but you're dead set focused on something that means a lot to you. And you've yet to really feel satisfied with it. The way it's turning out, anyone's input. If you have to rely on other people to kind of get certain parts of the puzzles together, you're not satisfied with their work ethic or what they're bringing to you. And you may just feel like, you know what? I know what I need to do. I need to go back to how it used to be. So some of you may, if you're a very creative individual, if this is your business, you may have always went to a particular place to kind of conjure up your creative side, your visionary side. You may work with a particular person in the past, and that's always been your guy or your girl. You may go back to them now. Something you're communicating to your past or going back to a past in order to kind of fulfill a wish. Okay. And some of you, your wishes may be to go back home, go back to your homeland is what I get. Homeland is what I'm getting. So a place that is familiar to you, a place that, again, it could be going to see your Nona, going to see Nona, right? Or going to see your grandparents, or, a place that you went when you were a child, something about what's going on in your life right now doesn't seem to fit the bill. And you need to kind of get that taste of home, or that familiarity is kind of what I keep saying here. I feel that some of you may want to go with someone. It's like you don't want to take this journey alone. You want to go with someone, but you're not on speaking terms with this person at this time. Or they may not be making themselves available, and that could be kind of frustrating for you this week. Be conscious with your finances. I feel like a lot of you, your happiness or well-being coincides with your financial portfolio. So if money is coming in, more money than you can spend, you're happy, everything is great, you are living it up, and you're, could be packing on pounds because you're indulging. But it seems that some of you may overspend, overindulge, and by the week's end, it's like you're now having to kind of reconcile your finances and save your money and kind of catch up. So be conscious of that. I don't feel like that mentality will last long, because you kind of have this wanting to be free, wanting to go out, wanting to kind of be in the mix and mix things up. So I do see you taking more of a lighter approach after trying to kind of hold on to your money. It's like it might be damn near impossible to kind of hold on to your money. The advice here, though, is for you to kind of stay on top of balance. Like, you've got to get a handle of your balance at this time in order for you to take things to the next level. There's some taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It could be because emotional indulgences. It could be because your mind is too much in this Frankenstein mentality where everything has to be just right, just perfect. And because nothing is going your way, you're not satisfied with anything. Well, I have to do it myself. Well, then I did it and I'm rewarding myself. And so there's some equilibriums that seems to be off here. So the message is saying for you to put as much energy and effort on into keeping yourself balanced. That's where you're going to see progress. That's when you're going to evolve on all levels of your life. I don't know if Leos are so much interested in evolving right now. It seems that messages will come in really quickly. So if you've been waiting on messages, you'll probably hear from them week's end going into next week. And this is kind of a major decision that you've been waiting on. I see some form of partnership can be at play here, tabling that. I see an opportunity to kind of reestablish or kind of try to get back into somebody's good graces or them yours, but not necessarily pulling the trigger, at least not the first part of the week. You're not. And you're really looking at, how can this work? And while we're at it, let's get into love. Some of you are definitely embarking on a third party situation. It doesn't scream third party, like it doesn't scream like, this is a third party situation, but it definitely speaks to someone hidden, someone you've not revealed someone, and someone may be either aware of it or not aware of it, but you're kind of keeping one person tucked away while you are at a crossroads, even though you've made your decision. But you're still in your mind running after another person. This is what you wish to kind of resume or kind of get back together or try to reunite something with a particular person. Now, you may have just said, okay, no, I'm done. As we saw last week, I'm not going to communicate. I'm not going to reach out. I'm just going to move forward in my life, and I'm happy and I'm fine and everything is great. But you've been acting erratic. Because you're not okay. You're not fine. You want to see this person. You want to reach out to this person. So this desire then turns into overindulgence. So you may find yourself eating bad foods. Again, trying to replace that hunger. And some of you may be convincing yourself that I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I don't have to be with that person. And I feel like someone is conjuring you up to them too. They're thinking about you heavily. Insistent, heavily. So you're kind of being conjured up to a person just by their thoughts alone of you. So you may not be able to rest mentally because someone is kind of constantly thinking about you. Or this could be you, Leo women, but I kind of get this is external energy. The advice is for you, or the benefit rather for you, is to realize that, hey, your whole happiness is not just something you can give yourself. At times, yes, you do want time to yourself. You feel really great being alone or fulfilling your own kind of needs. But ultimately, Leo, a lot of you want that family. You want that, whole life with another person. And you need to kind of stop guarding yourself against that. Let that hang up go with, I could do it on my own, or I'm just going to be happy by myself. Yeah, for a time. It's not even a long time. It's not going to last long. You really are best with that whole dynamic. That your whole heart can be expressed with not just you, but others and everything. You want the full thing. So, stop guarding yourself against it. Let go of the fight of it. Kind of let that go and give into it. You kind of have to do one or the other, However, I do see that there's a love connection here, but some of you are taking a step back. You need to evaluate, how can this work? Like, can you have your cake and eat it too? Probably not. Or can someone have their cake and eat it too with you? Probably not. Even though you really love this person, it's like you're not going to accept anything less than what you feel you deserve. Now, again, like I said, there's a lot of overindulgence, so be careful with your eating, your spending, your drinking, because that's not going to make everything okay. It is literally sifting through an end to a relationship if you're a Leo woman, having to kind of not take this person back. We're in Mercury in retrograde, so that may be a tempting scenario there. Know that you want that happily family. You want to be that, you want that whole thing. So don't try to convince yourself otherwise, because you'll only find yourself becoming a bit depressed. Trying to get someone to do what they are not prepared to do is going to be a challenge, and I don't feel like you guys will. I feel like you'll be at a conundrum, because you may be pregnant by someone who isn't the ideal type. Like, you're like, oh shit, this guy is, I know this is not going to work out down the line. You just know, but it's like you're in it. And that's might be the reason why you don't want to tell this person, because they're going to tell you just what you don't want to hear. Some of you could be getting called out this week too when it comes to love matters. Like you're chasing after one person and you're with somebody else. Like someone's going to try to call you out, like, basically get it together. Some of you could be experiencing that as well. And by week's end, despite the fact that, you may have another person, and obviously this could be Leo men, but despite that you may have another person, either one of you guys, you may have another person. You could be pregnant. You could be welcoming a family soon. Some of you are going to still reach out to this other person from your past. Somebody you want back. It's just very clear. It's pretty much the strongest message here, is that you want someone back. You've been holding off for maybe a month or 4 months now, really not making a move toward this person. This person still has feelings for you. They still think of you heavy. And you're like, you're approaching a situation in a very kind of exciting sort of way. No longer going to deny yourself. And if, I guess, the food and all the other avenues aren't going to work. So now you're going to, let's say, fuck it, I'm going to reach out. It is a huge decision to make. Starting the end of this week. How are you going to make this work? Now, some of you are going to try. You're going to try this third party situation. You're going to try to see how long you can last on it. And I'm interested in seeing how it's all going to work out for you too. If you're single, you may be very ripe and ready to mingle, and you could very well meet someone now, absolutely. But there's more than meets the eye. More than meets the eye is happening here. Okay, so I would say, if you're single, definitely take your time. There's more than meets the eye with this person. There could be a secret baby. There could be all kind of secrets that you don't know anything about, child. So just be conscious and be careful, especially if you met a Leo man and you're listening for a Leo man. Yeah, they could be far more than you can expect. There may be, he's dating you. He's still attached to another person that ultimately he really wants to be with, but he can't be with because he's already gotten himself committed to another person and there's a baby on the way. So it's like, it's like As the World Turns. It's like a soap opera here. This is like a soap opera. So I would say singles, kind of take it easy. Let all of this crazy energy. We have a lot of crazy energy. We got Jupiter square Neptune and Sun square Neptune. It's just a lot of false advertisement that's going on here right now. Some of you could be getting caught in a fray. So huge decisions to make when it comes to love. How is this all going to work out? We're going to check that out in the extended. What's going to happen long term with you and another person who kind of comes through, because there's a few people in your chart here, in your spread here. What are the challenges? Even though I kind of see a challenge some of you are suffering from. But what are the ultimate challenges and how things are going to work out, and what do they want to do? What are they going to do ultimately when it comes to you and them? So if you're interested in that, click that link below for the extended and we can get started. If you would like to share how this resonates, if you're so bold, leave it in the comment section below. I definitely would love to hear from you guys. If you would like something personal with me, I could be reached in the beginning and into this video, as well as the description box below. And if you are new to this channel, well, welcome and subscribe, because, well, I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Leo.